I don't see Shane. Next screen. Did you say they're going to get the guy from prison jail over here? Huh?
Say they.
The court is going to take up the next case. Cause number is CV2106192. This is in the interest of Felix Mateo Jr., a child. The case is set for a status hearing today, and the hearing is being conducted pursuant to emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court via Zoom video conference. The department is participating in the hearing today through to engage case manager Rhonda Donahue, supervisor Corey Jacobs, engage court liaison Sherry Nichols, and Brown County Attorney Shane Britton is not currently present in the courtroom. The mother of the child is Cassandra Chapa, and I'm not sure if she's participating yet or not. I'll confirm whether or not she's on this second. Chelsea Timmons has been appointed as her attorney ad litem, and Ms. Timmons is participating in the hearing today. The father of the child, Felix Mateo Sr., is incarcerated. He's been personally served with citation of this suit, and he is not currently present. Daniel Willingham is the attorney ad litem for the child, and Mr. Willingham is present. The CASA guardian ad litem representatives for the child are Michelle Wells and Debbie Salisbury is on as well. And I also see on my screen J.C. Rowland. Ms. Rowland, could you advise the court your connection with the case, please?
I am the foster parent.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, and then I have one other person that's connecting here in just a moment. I'll stand by for just a second. I'll stand by. That individual still appears to be trying to connect. Thank you. While I'm waiting on that, I also note that somebody is participating in a hearing now by phone. That's under area code 972, last three digits 300. If you're on that phone, could you advise the court your identity, please?
This is Armida Chapa.
I'm sorry. What was your your first name?
Armida Chapa.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then let me see if the individual, if you're on, there's a device, Galaxy A52 5G. If you're on that device, could you identify yourself for the court, please? If you are on Galaxy A52 5G, can you identify yourself, please?
Judge, I believe that's my client. Let me text her and see if she can hear us.
Her on my screen is showing she has both video and audio, but I'm not hearing anything from her at this point. So I don't know if she's enabled her in audio.
Cassandra, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you. And I would note Shane Britton is now present on behalf of the department as well. All right, I'm going to ask, let's see, Ms. Nichols, Ms. Wells, Ms. Donahoe, Ms. Salisbury, Mr. Allen, and Ms. Cassandra Chapa. If each of you could raise your right hands, please. Did you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give today before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
He'll stand by. I have one other participant I need to verify their identity. It shows a designation of Lamont on my screen. They're showing right now that they just have, or they don't have video or audio. I'm going to try to send a message to them, see if they can get connected.
It sounds really low on my end. Is there anything, like, my phone is all the way turned up. Is there anything that can be done about that?
Well, we'll try to speak up as much as we can, but I think we're subject to the limits of technology.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm going to go ahead and proceed. I'm not sure. Does anyone know who the Lamont may be on the screen? If not, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. Mr. Britton, if you're ready to proceed.
Thank you, Judge. I had some problems too. Judge, I'm going to call Ms. Donahue.
All right, go ahead.
Ms. Donahue, you are the permanency case manager for 2 Engage.
Yes, sir.
You caused to be filed on July the 21st of this year a status report to the court as it relates to the child Felix Mateo Jr. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
In there, you set forth all of the pertinent information that the court needed today. Is that still true and correct to the best of your knowledge? All
Yes,
that
sir. The only thing that has changed is I was notified this morning that Felix Mateo Sr. has been released as of late yesterday afternoon. So that Lamont may very well be him. I did send the link to see if he could get connected.
Okay. And he has been in the Brown County Jail up until yesterday.
Correct.
And had you visited with him in the jail or by Zoom or phone or something?
Yes, sir. I visited him on 7/15, introduced myself. He was actually in Parker County before that. Once he got to Brown County, I went in and visited him, went over his family plan of service. We had a lengthy discussion on the things that he would be required to do once he was released, and he signed it on that date.
Okay, good. And so he didn't actually get to participate in the creation of the plan, but one was created in his absence, and then you presented it to him and he went over it.
Yes, sir.
And he signed it and indicated his willingness to complete the plan.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mom, Cassandra, did she participate in the creation, of her plan?
Yes, sir, she did. We had an initial permanency conference the middle of July. She verbally agreed to everything in the conference. Once the family plan of service was created, I forwarded it to Ms. Timmons so that we could work hand in hand to make sure that Mom understood the things that would be required of her. Ms. Timmons approved it and Cassandra signed it on the 23rd after Ms. Timmons and myself both went over it with her.
Okay, good. And so both of these plans have been filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
And you are asking that they be approved by the court and incorporated into a court order?
Yes, sir.
Now, that all occurred in the middle of July, so we're about 3 weeks or so after that. Dad's been in jail. Has Mom begun working on her services?
Mom has actually been almost one step ahead of me through this whole entire process. She reached out to the Center for Life Resources to set up her appointment. So that is going to take place the first part of September. That was the soonest that they could get her in. She completed her psychological evaluation last night. I had her set up for counseling with Patricia Ferrario because that's who she had requested. And I believe Patricia is full at the moment. So I have sent in service authorizations to be approved in order to send the referrals over to Kay Oliver to have that switched up and get that started ASAP. Mom has stable housing. She was able to obtain a vehicle and insurance. She has had some issues with employment, so I worry about her financial stability, but she is diligently looking for a job. And all of her drug screens, I've sent her 5 times since the beginning of this case so far, and all of her drug screens have been negative.
Good, good. Now, how's the child doing?
He's doing great. Mom gets to see him 2 hours every other week. And then we added a virtual visit of 30 minutes on the off weeks. He has just had a blast. He's been to dirt track races. He's been to the library, which he loves because he gets ice cream. He's been to the zoo. He's plays at the park. At first he wasn't real sure about things. He's one that doesn't adjust very fast to change. But he's definitely coming around, and he's just a good kid.
Great. That's great news. Judge, I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Timmons, any questions?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Is there a home study being done for family members?
Yes, ma'am. There was a home study conducted on Louisa Trejo, which is Cassandra's mother. That is in the review process. We have received that back, and it's in the review process at this moment.
Okay. How is Ms. Chapa during visits with Felix Jr.? Is everything appropriate during those visits?
I will say she does have patience of a saint. Sometimes when he's throwing a fit, she does real well with him. The visits have been good. We've only had one incident, and it was in the very beginning, and she's since corrected that, and we haven't had any issues since.
Okay. And so those increase in visits will continue as the case progresses and as she continues to make progress on her service plan and keep the visits appropriate. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. I'll pass the witness. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Willingham, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Britton, did you have any other questions for this witness or other witnesses?
No, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Ms. Timmons, do you have any other witness you want to call?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Willingham, any other witnesses or matters?
No, Your Honor, no witnesses.
Thank you. Ms. Salisbury, Ms. Wells, anything else you want to address for today?
No, sir, Your Honor. We don't have anything to add at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Donahue, I believe the report reflected that Mr. Mateo had also identified as a potential placement of his mother as a department. We're going to be checking on that as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The court is going to continue the department as temporary manual conservator, find the service plans to be reasonable and appropriate. I'm going to approve them and make them orders of the court. The department is ordered to provide the services outlined in the plans, and the parents are ordered to comply with those services. I'm required to notify any parent in this type of case that because of the nature of these proceedings, your parental custodial rights and duties to your child may be subject to restriction or even termination. Your progress in any court orders or plans of service will be reviewed at future hearings in this case. The purpose of the service plan is to try to address, set forth tasks for the parents to complete and try to address the concerns of the department. I encourage y'all to work on those. The goal in this type of case is for children removed from parent to be returned to the parent. So I encourage the parents to work with the department and see if that can happen. The next hearing in the case right now is set for December 9th, 2021 at 10 a.m. That's an initial permanency hearing. Another permanency hearing in pretrial is set April 7th, 2022 at 9 The trial, if necessary, is set for May 12, 2022 at 2 p.m. and the dismissal date for the case is June 20th, 2022. Court will take condition as the court's filed to the extent it reflects Mr. Mateo has not made any request for a court-appointed attorney, non-attorney reporting to represent him as an appearance in the case on his behalf. That will be adjourned.